Hey, church family, my name is Gina Holste, and I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you about stewardship and what it means to myself and my family. My husband, Ronnie, and I have taken Financial Peace University twice, and we really got a lot out of the course. And honestly, it changed our life as far as how we do business with the money that we are gifted every month. We of course, learned a lot about paying off debt and saving money and saving for emergencies and things like that. But I think our biggest takeaway was how we tithe our money. We were tithing to some degree when we were in our early 20s and newlyweds, but we were not tithing responsibly or consistently. And one of our takeaways from Financial Peace was to do that, to tithe with responsibility and to do it consistently. And so we have been doing that since we took the course. And I know that we've been richly blessed. I could tell you a million stories about how it has blessed our family, but that's not why I'm here today, because that's not really what it's about. What I've learned through the years after taking Financial Peace and tithing in a way that I felt like was responsible and what I owed back to the church, what I've learned is that it strengthens your relationship with God. We were both raised in church. We knew to put God first, but it's a whole new meaning when you put that level of trust in God that you're going to write that check every month. And before you pay any other bill, you're going to make sure that that money goes back into the church where it needs to be. And that takes a lot of faith. It takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of trust. And when you lean into God and trust Him that way, it really alters your relationship with God, and it brings you closer. It brought me closer to Him than I think I've ever been. And in a way like I've never been before, because like I said, there's a strong trust that has to be there and a lot of faith that comes into place. Another reason that tithing is so important to us is because we are both passionate about missions. When I met Ronnie, he was working in Seattle, in downtown Seattle, with the homeless population, and he had been there for 3 years working in that mission field. And if you ever get a chance to talk to Ronnie about his work in Seattle, you'll see right away the passion that he has for the missions that he did out there, and just how it shaped who he is today and changed his life and really became part of his faith journey. Ronnie and I met at a summer camp where I was working, actually volunteering, and then later became on staff. But I worked for that summer camp for several years, all through college and after college, and worked in outdoor ministry with youth. And that is a strong part of who I am. And so both of us come from this walk in our early 20s in the mission field, doing different kinds of missions, but yet we were still doing missions, and missions were really important to us and still are today. We have not, as a married couple with 2 young children, we have not felt a strong tug or pull or a call, so to speak, to leave our community and go to another country and do some sort of specific mission, but we still feel like missions are very important. We have close family members who were called to Africa, so we know firsthand what that looks like when someone is called, and we feel like if we can give just a little bit to help support the people who have been called, that is our small role or small hand in making that successful. And we feel like in some way we're still connected to the mission field, even though we're not in the trenches doing the work. This is our way of supporting it and making it happen. And we feel like it needs to happen because it's God's kingdom work, and that's important. And some of these missions wouldn't be successful without the financial support that they receive from the church. So again, that's just, we feel like our small contribution to making something that we're super passionate about, not necessarily doing ourselves, but we can support other people who are doing it. And lastly, we give because we have 2 small children who need good role models. And we want them to learn that it's important to put God first in every aspect of your life, including your money. We want them to be raised knowing that the money that we're given is truly a gift from God and it belongs to God, and that we have a responsibility to God to do with that money what He would see fit. And part of that responsibility is giving back to the church so that the church can do what the church does. So we just feel like, whatever we can contribute and whatever example we're setting for our kids is a way that we're laying foundations for the next generation and also supporting people who are doing that very important work and fulfilling God's will. So that's why we do what we do, and it's internally rewarding. And like I said, it strengthens your relationship with God to put that trust in Him and know that His work is going to be done. Even if you don't see the end result and know where your money goes, you just have to have faith that it did something good for someone somewhere. We're praying for you guys. Hope you're doing well during these hard times. We wish you well, and we'll continue to pray for you all.